Hey everybody, Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as it is opening weekend for our baseball team here at Weber Field on the campus of Maryville University. And finally, after an awfully long time, we get a chance to talk to our head baseball coach, Pat Evers. And Pat, I think we were just talking a little bit ago, almost 1 year since we've thrown a pitch down at Weber. I know you guys have been chomping at the bit and are excited to get things going this weekend against Hillsdale.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine it's almost been a year already, which some days it feels even longer than that. So definitely a long time coming. I know from a coaching staff, players, everyone's chomping at the bit and waiting to get started. So this is definitely, hey, especially the weather kind of warms up. Gonna have a beautiful weekend. Doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I know the guys have been out working, working as much as they can. But we talked at the beginning of the summer last year a little bit about how things were going to go, and in the fall, able to do small groups and different things along those lines. So the fall this year for the baseball team was once again a little bit different. But then once you guys hit January, able to get things going. I mean, how have the preseason workouts going, and how are things looking going into Hillsdale this weekend?
It's been good. Obviously, there's some unique challenges that kind of get thrown in this year that everyone's in the same boat and dealing with. But to be honest, even when we started this off doing the small groups, when we initially started this, back in September, you had a nightmare like, gosh, this is going to be so much more difficult. And how are we going to get some of this stuff done? And I think there are some unique benefits to it and probably things that we'll continue to do going forward with early stuff, fall practices, individual small groups, where I think we were able to be a little bit more productive and more. Obviously, you got more time from a coaching staff standpoint, but I think from the players benefited from a little bit more of the small group individual basis. Now, there's good things, bad things as far as being able to institute a team defense and first and third and the bunty and all those different situations that you kind of go through. But we went through this thinking, hey, we're starting at the end of February as opposed to the beginning of February. It comes January, we're going to have more time to put all this stuff in. And then, hey, weather-wise, the first couple weeks weren't too bad. And then, obviously, the last couple weeks were much different. So I think, hey, this week has been productive, being able to get outside. We were able to still get a lot of stuff done inside and be where we need to be from a health standpoint and physical standpoint, building up pitch counts. And, I think hey, at this point, we're ready to get out there and play some games.
Yeah, and you mentioned our normal start is literally, we're at February 25th, today we're opening up on the 27th. We've already played for 3 weekends pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, so, you just said it, it gives you a little bit more time this year. And obviously too, with the condensed schedule and only playing 7 non-conference games and then jumping into conference play, those extra couple weeks maybe will help out, like you just said, with pitch counts and getting that that rotation kind of set, and knowing that, hey, these guys can come out and give us 4, 5, 6 innings if need be.
Yeah. It's nice just as far as a whole staff to be able to build up the pitch counts a little bit more and not feel like you have to maybe rush it as much as you do. Not that you ever do anything from health reasons, and that's always a priority, but it's still scary building up some of those arms to start up early February at times. But there's good things and bad things with it. Yeah, we got to build up and extend more guys and get them ready and do more live stuff and get more at bats and all the situations that we hope we get to do. We got to get in. It's also having the less conference games. It's, hey, there's just like anyone else. Hey, you got new faces. You've got guys you want to get reps. You want them to get game live stuff. And hey, typical season, you might have 4 weeks, 5 weeks of some non-conference stuff, midweek games to build up some of those innings. Younger guys, use guys in some different roles. And obviously, with having not as many conference games, it's a little bit. Hey, it's more of a sprint this year, and hey, just it's always competitive every year, finding at bats, finding innings. It gets even more so this year because, hey, there's whether it's guys coming back or getting an extra year or guys coming in. I mean, it's more competitive, and it's instead of the marathon, 50 game season, you take 20% off, and it's a lot more of a sprint this year than it has been in years past.
Some guys, we'll talk about the guys coming back first, and we'll talk about a couple of the new guys. But you've got the anchor in the infield, Dom Conley, coming back. Then you've got the anchor in the outfield in Alex Hoff. So I mean, you got a couple guys that have been around that know the drill, and you're going to be leaning very heavily on these guys, especially with the influx of some of the new people that are going to be joining the team this year.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of we had a young team for the most part positionally last year, and then all those guys are back. But it's great for the freshmen that we had last year. It's almost like, hey, you got 15 games and you got your taste of college baseball, and hey, the what to expect, how to get ready for a season, the hey, thinking you're ready, and all of a sudden I got 15 games in and things get exposed a little bit. So I think it's great for those guys to have that small taste of what we got last year. Obviously, with the seniors being back, especially in the infield, Austin Tapella, Ben
I
Hopkins
forgot to mention
still
Tap,
might have only been
Tap
there
using
for
his extra year to
yeah,
come back this year.
yeah. Austin Tapella, Dominic Connolly's I think as good a shortstop I've ever coached. Alex Hoff, obviously defensively, someone that uh, has a lot of the tools and the makeup that you want in a guy. So I think we really like our group. I'm sure everywhere across college baseball they like their groups because a lot of guys took advantage of an extra year and everyone's a year older and deeper and probably more talented than they have been. But I really like the makeup of a roster between the younger guys and the guys that we're able to mix in, and obviously the returning group that we have. So, it's we should be hit the ground running and be ready to go.
Well, and especially too, you get a kid like Joey Pollock who, played down at Missouri State. He's joining us for his, last year of play. I mean, getting him and some of these other new guys mixing in with, the core group. I mean, that's setting up for some great baseball for us this spring.
Yeah, yeah. There's been 4 transfers that should play an immediate role for us between, Joey Pollock, obviously someone that was pretty highly recruited out of high school and had a great year playing for me at Jeffco and Missouri State, and obviously really talented, really good hitter. But with that, Tyler Ward, as far as in the catching role, who transferred from a junior college powerhouse in Iowa Western. Jamie Young, who came here from Lakeland Community College, that's a two-way guy that'll be really good for us in the mound and be a weekend starter and someone that's going to mix in the outfield and the lineup. And then Drake Salzman, who transferred for us from Henderson State, who's a local guy that went to CBC High School, Jefferson College, Henderson State, has had a lot of success and can pitch in a lot of different roles. That is just going to make our pitching staff that much better. And whether it's in a starting role and it's a relief role, it's a closing role, can use a lot of different ways. So, it's been great maybe for us to supplement the roster with a couple of those grad transfers and Drake and Joey, and then the junior college transfers just to add to the younger group. And I think the guys returning. So, this is my 3rd year in here. Really like the roster, really like the makeup of it. And, now it's just about going out there and executing and playing.
No doubt about it. Well, Saturday, 11 o'clock, we get it going. It's going to be a beautiful day down at Weber Field. Getting things going and a pair of doubleheaders against Hillsdale. Then you guys will hit the road for a couple weeks, and then we'll get you back to start conference play. But we're excited about getting things going. Like I said, it's been almost a year since we've had baseball at Weber, and it's going to be great to get out there and see the guys throwing the ball around.
For sure. Never thought we would have opened up at home anytime I'm here, but hey, we'll take it.
No doubt about it. Thanks so much for the time, Pat, and we'll see you on Saturday morning down at Weber Field.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Jim.
Pat Evers, our head baseball coach, joins us once again Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. Hillsdale comes to town for a pair of doubleheaders, a 4-game set. Both days will start at 11 o'clock. Saturday will be a 9-inning game and then a 7-inning game. And then on Sunday at 11 o'clock, we'll start with a 7-inning game, and then we'll wrap up with a 9-inning game at Weber Field. All the games will be streamed on the GLVC Sports Network. We'll have live stats. And also, we will be permitting our home fans. Now, once again, you have to follow the COVID regulations and protocols that have been established by the university. You can find them on our website, maryvillesaints.com, and that will explain to you step by step how we are doing things with fans for our outdoor events here at Maryville and down at Weber Field. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to maryvillesaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.